Hey ho, and what do you know?
Hey,
we're live on Facebook, but we're not live on Instagram.
You know what, Steve? I'm not even gonna say anything.
Sorry, there's a delay. There's a delay, guys.
And there's no delay with you, Stevie.
No,
We are live on Instaham. What's up, Steve, my man?
not much, guys. I don't have you yet, but I'm gonna assume Chase is not lying to me. Oh, there we are.
We are live
got
on
it.
Facebook, though.
We're live on Facebook, no. All right, so guys, it is Throw It Out There Thursday. You guys are gonna run the show today, ask your questions, and remember, don't be uptight. Ask us what you want.
Yeah, Steve.
Okay?
You've been working out, Steve? How them bum busters been
Dude,
going
I got
for you?
buns of steel, all right? I can crush stuff with these buns. Anyways,
Word on the street is we got some birthdays and some big special days coming up.
yeah, so for those of you that didn't know, Matt is expecting. Baby due Monday, not Matt, his wife. She is due on Monday, which is also Matt's birthday.
Yep.
So he doesn't want to share with the baby, so we are hoping it comes this weekend. Now, enough about Matt. Nobody cares. Let's go to the back for Throw It Out There Thursday. Okay, we're just going to walk around. Hopefully you guys have questions. Like I said, you guys run the show. Anyone that goes live with us will get a free t-shirt on Instagram.
I got a live one. AZ
Holy
Desert Rat.
mackerel, that was quick.
What's going on, brother? Where you at? What's your question? What are you driving?
Brother.
I know.
Can-Am X3 Max. I got lists right up in this area. I'm down in the Tucson area. I got all kinds of stuff down here, but I'm looking kind of by Lake Pleasant. And it looks like this Castle Hot Springs Road would take me all the way around out there. I just wonder if you guys knew anything about that.
Actually, I know our man Josh knows a lot about Castle Hot Springs Road. I do. So what was your question? You want to know where does it take you out, Castle Hot Springs?
No, I'm just wondering if there's good riding out there. I just see a lot of trails and stuff off of it.
Pretty mellow. I'll say I don't think it'd be anything gnarly.
I was going to say Castle Hot Springs might be mellow for you, but Mitch, why don't you tell them where we go test?
I mean, there's tons of trails out in that area. So if you're taking Castle Hot Springs Road or just like going maybe to mile markers, honestly, that whole area has a ton of OHV trails. I mean, you can almost get lost to the point there's so many miles of it. But like for more mellow beginner stuff, I mean, you can follow the road and still have a ton of fun. So I'd say, yeah, go explore it and go see what's out there.
Mitch, I'm going to take you out of your... Where's your place?
It's right there too, right?
What's that?
The Boulders.
Boulder, yeah. Yep, all that stuff kind of connects into one big trail system. If you go to the boulders, actually on the post that they have out there, it actually shows kind of a map of where all the trails go to, so you can kind of follow that guide for you if you want, and just go explore.
But I mean, is it pretty fast, deserty stuff? I mean,
Yeah, it definitely can be. I mean, then you can start getting up into like the Crown King area where there's more like rock crawling and slower pace stuff. Honestly, there's a ton of different stuff out there. So,
all right, right on.
right
Nice,
on, man.
nice mustache.
Thanks, guys. Have a good one.
Thank you.
Like your stash, sir.
Like that, don't you?
Yeah. Do you give out mustache rides?
All right, Mike Dubs
Oh, he's
said
gone.
Boulders
Sorry,
and Bob's
buddy.
Canyon. Mike Dubs.
A couple questions on here. Save the Sports Quad. Do you guys have a steering rack for an OG Maverick? No, we do not. That's an easy one, guys. Question. Sound shops mounted speakers to the shock reservoir. Is that a no-no? I wouldn't mount anything to your reservoir, but I don't know. I don't know anything about that.
One of our locals on the feed, Ramp Rat, Rick Tomar. What's going on, man? What's your question for today?
Great. I'm up here in Bullhead. I got a Turbo S. Everything's sweet. Yeah, I put some a spring kit on a friend of mine's car over the weekend down in Havasu. And they're an older couple, and we set up a real light suspension, moderate suspension, make it nice and clutch. Everything went good. I put the suspension on, and I had to crank everything down about 1.5 inches to get it the ride height correct. What do you think about that?
What was the question?
He had to put ride height down about 1.5 inches. What was the car again, sir?
They had a Turbo X or Turbo XP 18.
So XP Turbo, and he had to pull an inch out of the ride height?
He had to put it down.
Oh, down it? Yeah.
It was 1.5 inches low. I lowered it down 1 inch. That was like on the front end was like 1 for 1. and I had to go down 1.5 inches to get the suspension up to the 14 inches for their car. It was recommended 14 inches.
Okay.
Stock springs.
Stock springs or ours?
Your springs. I put your springs on.
Our springs.
Our springs. You had to add an inch. I mean,
Normally everything goes sweet, and then this time they came out a little bit low. At the same time, his wife is a little heavy woman, and I didn't want to say she's a 200-pounder.
his wife is a heavy woman. Let us send us an email. We'll look at the spring package that we sent you guys. Make sure that everything looks good on it. But it sounds to be okay to me.
Okay, so we should be okay with that. And they ride moderate, so it's not like a big issue. They're not heading out to the dude or anything like that. Number 2, my question is about front A-arm or lower control arm protection. What do you recommend? You guys have any recommendations for like Teflon, the HI, A-arm protection or arm protection?
A-arm protection?
Yeah, what do you recommend for A-arm protection?
I think oh man, you're gonna make me think here. The same company that makes the skid plates.
It's not HCR, right?
It's not HCR.
Factory UTV?
Factory UTV, yeah. Factory UTV, I believe, makes they make an A-arm
Sponsored by
skid
them.
plate.
Skid plate on the bottom.
Yep.
Do those
Cool,
guys?
bro.
Yeah, they make ones for the arms as well.
Yeah, I believe it's like a whole package. You can get like
I wonder if I should go that. People tell me get the aluminum ones, but I like that HDMI plastic thing.
Yeah, I'd go with plastic over aluminum any day. I think that's a little bit more durable. You're not having like chattering noise on aluminum against your arms. You might not be wearing out like powder coat if you have powder coated arms, stuff like that. But yeah, typically they'll have like a whole package. You get the skid plate and the A-arm guards, the rear trailing arm guards, all that stuff in one. So.
All right.
I didn't get that because it was pretty pricey. But we'll go for the A-arms, and you like the trailing arm ones too. You recommend that too, right, Mitch?
Yeah, I mean, if you're going for the whole package, it also kind of depends on what you're doing too, like riding style. If you're like maybe playing in the desert all the time to protect your arms, or like maybe some rock crawling and you're bashing stuff. If you're like a strict dune rider, then maybe not so much, but just kind of depends on that. If you're looking at it, you might as well do the whole thing. It doesn't hurt anything. You're just protecting all your stuff. So.
All right, Rick.
We lose him?
Okay, Mitch.
Oh.
Thank you.
You got it, man.
Thank you right here.
You're welcome.
I'll go with it.
Oh, dude, it's crazy.
Ramp Rag 943. Have a good one, Rick. All right, we got some questions coming in here. What else you got for us?
I lost all the questions.
I got a question. Shane Wright wants to know, he's got a 21 Ranger XP1000 crew. Wants to know if we have anything coming out for that.
Ranger XT1000 Crew.
Yeah.
I believe our racetrack fits the same. There's a different line, like General Ranger. That Polaris model, I guess, would be like kind of the same geometry up front. So I think we have a racetrack. As far as springs, it's kind of tricky because a lot of those cars came with like factory sealed shocks on them, so you can't actually rebuild them or valve them. Spring kits are also a little complicated, so we can definitely look into it. Send us a picture of your car. It might be something that we can work on too.
We got Rob Pearson on the line. Rob, what's going on, man? Where are you at? What's your question? What are you driving?
Hey guys, calling from Reno, Nevada again. Got a 2018 XP Turbo 4-seat Fox Edition. Just got your shocks back. Getting them all installed on the car. A similar question to the other caller. When do I know I'm putting too much preload in the front to get my ride height set? Is there a number? Is it 1.5 inches? Is it more than 2 inches of preload that you're trying to get the car to ride height? Where I would say, I'd call you guys and say, hey, I think we might need a stiffer upper spring. Is there a measurement of that if it would be too much preload that I'm trying to put in the car?
Most definitely. So to start off, it's super important to always make sure that you're in the vehicle and having somebody else measure it for you. We get that a lot where guys kind of just drive the car, they'll get out of it and then measure it, and they're having to either take preload out or put preload in, just kind of depends. But most of the time we're pretty close on giving you the correct spring. As far as your number is concerned, I would say anything like over an inch and a half of actually bringing that preload nut down that far. That would be a good time to say, okay, maybe we can look at it and see what spring it is and kind of go from there.
Okay. Yeah, I had all the weight in the car, and I had to put about 1.25 inches in the front to get the ride height. The rear was spot on.
Okay.
The rear was spot on.
Yeah, I mean, you're probably fine with that right there. I'd take it out for a ride, go see what you think of it. Maybe the same thing that Steve said. Email us a picture of it and all that stuff. We can look.
Hadn't taken a set yet because that was just right out of the box.
Exactly. So yeah, and you know, there's times where we don't nail it. You know, on the first time, it might be something that we have to, you know, bump you up a little bit on the spring rate. But send us an email of it. We can look up your exact spring and all your information and stuff like that, and look into it.
Okay.
All right, man.
Okay, and by the way, a couple weeks ago I called in and Chase didn't send my shirt.
Dang it, Chase.
Chase.
Well, you know, second time's a charm. It looks like you're getting 3 shirts this week.
Weird.
We'll get one sent out to you, buddy.
Make sure you shoot a direct message on Instagram.
Great.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
On Instagram, shoot us a message.
Okay.
All
He's like,
right.
that's what I did last time.
What are you laughing at?
I got a ramp rat here. He says Mitch is the man, as well as he says Mitch is cool with a K, but he can't shoot nuggets out of his schmeckle. Like
he's
Steve.
not
He's not wrong, but I don't think Mitch wants to do that.
No.
So,
I'll
there's a
leave that
difference.
all to
There's a
Steve on that
difference.
one.
With age comes golden nuggets, I think they say.
I think that's how the saying goes, yeah.
Awesome. We got a couple more people wanting to go live. I'm sending a request out here to Greg Parker. So let's walk over this way, boys. We're
over there.
fighting the internet again.
I'm frozen.
Okay, well, I got Parker coming into the feed. Parker, what's going on, man? Where are you at, and what is your
I like that he
question?
tells us when he's already on.
Hey, I just had you guys do the full suspension on my X3, and man, it rides great.
Awesome,
I
man.
do have a question about a rear sway bar. What's your thoughts on adding that as my next piece?
If I can talk you into doing the front bar first over the rear bar, I definitely would. You get a lot more of the, you know, front end feel out of a front bar. Rear bar on those cars is going to be more like your body roll side of things. So maybe if you're a little top heavy, you have a heavier car and you notice a lot more of that body roll thing, then I'd probably say a rear bar. But most people will update or upgrade to the front bar before they do the rear bar, just what we've seen. Especially on the Can-Ams, having kind of a loose front end feeling. Having adjustability is cool too, because you can actually set it up to, you know, your personal preference on that.
You guys did put in a front sway bar
Okay.
already.
So he already has the front bar.
Yeah, you already got
Okay.
a front bar. How's that going to complement with the rear bar, Mitch?
It's like butter on toast. That's the best explanation. No, it's going to make a huge difference just on the body roll side of things. So like cornering, a lot of the side-to-side feel of the car itself, it'll take care of that. It's also adjustable too on the rear bar, so you can kind of set it up to, you know, maybe your front bar's in the middle hole, you can move that to the softer hole, and then take your rear bar and put that in the softer hole and have a really good feeling to the car.
Chase, also,
I guess I'll give that a try then.
awesome. And if you have any questions about body roll, Matt knows a lot about body rolls. I mean, body roll, sorry.
Matt has 3 sway bars on his car.
Oh no, I don't want to see that again.
Yeah, well, don't worry, we won't. Have a good one, man. Send us your shirt size in the direct messages. We had some good questions coming in. One is from Mike Doves. This one I don't know either, Mike Doves, so I'm going to go ahead and ask it.
Cinnamon.
Cinnamon flavored gum.
Yep.
Dude is always chomping. Cinnamon flavored gum.
Gotta keep the breath nice, you know? Come on, man.
I got a question from Trevor Carr, 2018 X3 XDS. Can I just buy springs and upgrade my shocks that way, or should I send my shocks you guys to do valving and the works? Pros and cons.
Pros and cons. Steve?
I mean, so we're booked out quite a ways right now. So my recommendation would be to buy the spring kit first, install that, feel the difference between the spring kit, and then get on the schedule to get valving done, or RIS. Then send in your shocks and get the full package at that point. Just because we are so booked out right now, if you're looking to get a change, that's the way I would do it. There's a lot of pros and cons. I mean, there's huge amounts of that. Yes, Chase.
We got Scott Cowie on the line.
Scott Cowie.
Scott, what's going on? Where are you at? What's your question? You know, we're over here another day in paradise. Awesome.
Colorado, I'm rocking a 2014 XP 900
Hell
Ford.
yeah.
And I got
inches. So I have the crossover ring up against the preload nut, and I'm still only getting about 1 3/4 inches of gap in there.
You're perfectly fine with 1 3/4 on that shock. Since it's such a small shock, the length of the shock kind of fights us a little bit on the adjustment there. 1 3/4, you're not going to have any problems with that. You can honestly probably bring it down a little bit more to like 1.5 inches. You don't want it all the way against the preload nut, because then you might actually put that upper spring into coil bind to where you never actually engage the crossover. So I'd probably bring it down to about 1.5 inches, go drive it, see if you have any negatives to that, but you should be perfectly fine with that.
Awesome.
And hey, man, you're going to have to do something about that sticker. We got a gold one that would look a lot better.
Oh,
I know, right?
that was a shameless plug.
Hey, man, let us know when you're ready to upgrade to the RIS and send us your shirt size in the direct messages.
Do you need help?
Dude, thanks, guys.
Have a great one, dude.
A little bit. Okay.
All right.
Welcome to the team, Zach.
I put the
Zach's
whole
been one of our new models. I used him for a hand photo shoot this last week. Oh, yeah. Zach, how you liking it so far?
I love it here. Best job I've ever had.
Awesome. What's your favorite part of working on these UTVs thus far?
I don't have one.
Don't have all of it?
All of it, yeah.
Awesome, awesome.
He's lying.
Killing it.
Steve, how's the nugget cannon feeling?
A lot better. I did pass my last kidney stone as of for now. We'll see how many more get created in the next year or two.
All right, you guys. Well, you know what?
My phone is completely frozen, Chase.
We're having some reception issues, as well as I got no more questions. You got any
Facebook
questions?
is still flying, but I don't get any more.
Yeah, I got Instagram good, but I got nothing, man.
I got one more question we're gonna leave it on, all right?
I do have buns of steel.
Ramp Rat 943 again. I'm scheduled for a valve just B to N July. What are the chances I can get high clearance rods installed at the same time? I'm throwing it to Mitch.
I forget I'm sorry, what car was it? Turbo S, let me guess.
Yeah, high clearance radius rods. So
In July, probably not, man. That's just being honest. We have chromoly and I believe billet radius rods though, so there's an option for them.
Yep.
But high clearance stuff, probably not in that time frame.
Also, Mitch, someone said after Mitch's post, do not ask to borrow his breaker bar. That was my breaker bar, and those were my buns.
Right? No credit here for that.
all right, you guys. Oh, I got one more. Original wheel offset is 5+2, but you are using a 5+0 on methods 401 that you use. Does it affect steering positively or negatively?
Always positively
Positively.
on the less of an offset that you go on a wheel, period. More offset creates more leverage, more scrub. You have a lot more feedback in the steering wheel no matter what. I mean, you compare a tire with that too, and it creates problems as well. So less offset, always better.
All right, you heard
So,
it.
Matt,
I had Darwin asked twice about hydraulic sway bar links, which my guess is the same ones that Walker puts out, which we've talked about numerous times. That
yeah, we were talking about, I mean, we have the patent on that. We were talking about having an actual switch to each individual link, so you can basically run a Walker style link and then have it to where the valve is basically shut to where you have a stiff link as well. So that's probably way down the road. There's other things that are in front of all of that stuff, but in the works, man.
Ramp Rat, love you guys for the info. You're welcome, man.
Absolutely.
As well as we got L Bomb on Humano. What brand Rodenheims do you guys run on the race car? You know, Mitch?
FK.
FK. All right, all day. And then we got my favorite question to ask on the feed, because I don't
Hey
think this
guys, if you're
question will
looking
ever
to
be
buy
answered.
anything on the
Hey, Steve, what about those tube socks?
they have been ordered.
All right.
They have been ordered, so I don't know. But if you guys are looking to buy anything off the website, please visit www.shocktherapyusa.com. One of these days you'll see those tube socks on there. Or if you have any questions, please call in 623-217-4959. Get 'em, Mitchie.